Hey, welkom bij Mud Jeans, het eerste en enige circulaire jeansmerk ter wereld. Maar je kent ons vast al van.
Mud Jeans is gebouwd op 3 pijlers. No waste. Om de verspillingsindustrie tegen te gaan, recyclen we je oude mudspijkerbroek en zorgen we dat je meteen een nieuwe ontvangt. Goede en eerlijke materialen. De spijkerbroeken worden gemaakt met de beste materialen en natuurlijk met de eerlijke grondstoffen, zodat iedereen er beter van wordt. En werken we met de beste partners uit de keten. Pasvorm en fit. Natuurlijk staat duurzaamheid bij ons voorop, maar we weten dat de perfecte pasvorm belangrijk is. En daar is veel zorg aan besteed. Want zeg nou zelf, niets is mooier dan een goede kont in een goede jeans.
Bij Mud Jeans hebben we de afgelopen jaren keihard gewerkt en zijn we het duurzame alternatief geworden in jeansland. Maar als we echt impact willen maken, moeten we groter denken en een groter marktaandeel veroveren. Hiervoor was het nodig om een verbeterde versie van onszelf te ontwikkelen. En dat hebben we de afgelopen 12 maanden gedaan. We hebben een nieuwe CEO aangenomen. We hebben flink geïnvesteerd in nieuwe modellen. En we hebben veel meer mooie nieuwe stoffen ontwikkeld. We hebben geïnvesteerd in een nieuwe branding. En in april gaan we onze nieuwe website lanceren.
In 2030 bestaan onze jeans voor 100% uit hergebruikte grondstoffen. Dus beter voor de planeet. En dat is een hele stevige ambitie, waarbij we nog veel technische uitdagingen te overwinnen hebben. Maar het goede nieuws is, we zitten al ruim boven de 40% en maken elke dag weer nieuwe stappen.
We willen dat veel meer mensen een Mud Jeans gaan dragen, want dan pas maken we het verschil. In 2030 verkopen we 10 keer meer spijkerbroeken dan we nu doen. Dat doen we door 1000 verkooppunten te hebben in Europa en natuurlijk onze eigen webshop. Bij Mud Jeans doen we altijd alles net even anders. Daarom starten we deze investeringsronde samen met jou. Met de fans, met de mensen die dezelfde passie hebben voor jeans en onze klanten. Jij kan nu mede-eigenaar worden van het gaafste jeansmerk ter wereld. Investeren kan al vanaf €250. Doe je mee? Want zeg nou zelf, every butt deserves a mud.
Hello, welcome everybody. Here, live from the Netherlands, from the headquarters for Mud Jeans here in Laren. We are here in the store from Mud Jeans and I have 2 fantastic guests tonight. I have here Bert van Son, the founder of Mud Jeans, and I have Jolanda Brink, and she is the new CEO and has been active for, I think, for the last 12 months. Yeah, yes. Okay. We are happy to meet you here digitally on the internet for a meet and greet with Bert, Jolanda, and everything what concerns Mud. Tonight we're going to talk you through all kinds of things about how Mud Jeans was founded, why Mud Jeans was founded, what are the milestones they achieved already, what are the challenges they face as being a fashion brand in a circular industry. But also we're going to look about the future. What are your plans? What is your distribution model? How do we work with new models, photo shoots, everything? We can do everything. But you are the most important one because you are live with us and you can ask questions to us. Many of you already raised tons of questions and have been sending us to them, and we will deal with that at the end of this evening. But do you have a question while we are talking, or you hear Bert say something, or you say, hey, Jolanda, tell something about the future, and you want to know more? Just use the chat function near to the right hand of the screen and type your question and push the send button, and we will see your question and we will pick it up from here and we will come back on that. But I'm looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
let's go. Let's do this.
Did we already present the agenda for tonight, Chris? Okay, maybe we can do that. So, like said, the agenda for tonight is first we're going to Bert, and Bert's going to tell all about why he 11 years ago started with 12 years ago. Okay, 12 years ago started with Mud. Then we walk through the milestones. Then we're going to look at the challenges Mud is facing, and then we're going to you, Jolanda. You're going to tell us what were your first experience within the company, your first year. What did you see? What did you change? Where are we going to? You will lead us the way, and then we're going to branding, collection, distribution model, everything. We will cover everything, and after that, we take a small peek on the funding round because we're also in the middle of a funding round, and we are quite enthusiastic about the funding round. Is it, Bert?
Definitely.
Because we already raised a lot of money with so many people of you, and at the end of the evening, we're going to talk you through the questions you have listed. And again, if you have a question, use the chat function, type your question, push the send button, and we will pick it up from there. So,
Okay.
let's start with the first topic of the night. Bert.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my name is Bert van Son. I started this company 12 years ago. I'm in the fashion industry for now over 40 years. And I've seen it go the wrong way. Everything goes wrong in the fashion industry, from the raw cotton until the jeans in your cupboard. So I wanted to change this. And we took the biggest item, the jeans. Everybody has a pair of jeans. And we try to technically change everything. But the thing that really changes us and makes us different from all the others is that we want to have your old jeans back, because we want to be, and we still are, the first and only circular denim brand in the world. So send us back your jeans. We will make sure that they get recycled. And the way we do that, you can see it on our films on YouTube and on our website. We explain everything. We are fully transparent. Most of the stuff for the material happens in Valencia. And then the denim material goes to Tunisia, to one of the best factories in the world. So being a circular jeans company in a linear economy is very difficult, because all the cost of taking back jeans, sending them to Valencia, doing the real thing and really recycling old jeans is intense, and it is also more expensive than virgin material. I would say maybe it's cheaper because you use waste, but in reality it's more expensive because it's more complicated. There's more difficulties to make the yarn and to weave the yarn and to dye the yarn. All those steps are complicated, but all those steps we've been taken care of, and we've learned a lot in the 12 years. And we use now, for instance, non-toxic indigo. We can use more and more recycled content, and we started with 20%. Today we can go up to 40%, and even on a laboratory scale to 100%. But we talk about that later. I think it's in the movie that we will show later. And that's the story. So it's been 12 rough years, very difficult. And we came to a certain point where we said, now the skills of the team need something extra to become this company and to become 10 times bigger. That's why we found Yolanda.
Yeah, but you're really
Do I
rushing
go too
the
fast?
schedule.
Yeah, sorry.
My question was more or less, what was your biggest motivation to
do
start
this?
with Mud Jeans?
Yeah.
That was the question. So,
So I'm just rattling through.
no worries. But
So the biggest motivation is that I have 3 children. I even have a grandchild now. And I think the world that we are creating today, and especially in the fashion industry, it goes all the wrong way. And I wanted to counter that. So that's why I created Mud Jeans, the first and only closed loop circular denim brand in the world.
Yes.
Does that answer your question, Patrick? Is
yeah.
that better?
Yeah, not better. It's more like that was the question. Yes. Okay. Let's go to the second topic of the agenda, and that is again for you, Bert.
Milestones.
Your milestones. So, what milestones could you think of that you already achieved during your 12-year period?
There's a lot, First we
Of
launched Lisa jeans, and that was something.
Lisa jeans.
Lisa jeans.
Can you tell me something a little bit more about that?
So we want our old
Because
jeans
I'm
back.
under the impression that you could lease jeans like you could lease a car, but that
Yeah.
sounds strange to me.
It sounds good. Lease and jeans goes well together.
Okay.
But it's true that it's not really leasing jeans. But the thing is that we wanted to have our old jeans back. And how are you going to do that? So first of all, you can get a deposit, so you can get €10 discount when you bring back your old jeans. Or you can lease a pair of jeans, and that means actually you're paying 12 times. And the idea is that we are closer to our customers. They also signed this gentleman's agreement that they promise to send back the old jeans, because we want them back to recycle them and use them again.
Okay.
And then what did
Your milestones.
The milestones.
You are involved
So-
for the last 12 years, so
so when we launched
rattle it-
that
now you can rattle it away.
Okay, we launched that in January 2013, and it was an instant press success. We had never believed that so many people would write about it. We even went up to the Wall Street Journal, had a full page of this crazy Dutch company leasing jeans. So that's nice when you start a small company and you want to make a brand, that suddenly the whole press is tumbling over to write about you. And it still continues today. So that was a milestone for me to see this happening. The difficulty was that it doesn't mean immediately when you have all this press that you sell a lot of jeans. So that's complicated. And the second complication was that leasing jeans and have a monthly fee on the backside of the company creates a lot of work, and it's very difficult when people send back jeans, or do you really pay the fee every month? So those are difficulties we had at that time. The second milestone, I have to think.
I also heard you had royal involvement.
Yeah, that's one of the last. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Then now you skip 10 milestones.
Okay, I'm fine.
Let me think. We launched our website. We had our first shop that bought our jeans in Amsterdam. He still is one of our biggest customers. Then we decided to go to the first fair in Germany, where the Bundesminister came to see us and congratulate us with our plans. And then a lot of stores in Berlin bought our jeans and started selling them. So that was really nice. I don't know there's so many milestones. I don't have any.
Yolanda, can you add something maybe?
Well, I think increasing the percentage of circularity, right? The company started with 20%. We're now already up to almost 50%. Next year it will be over 50%, and we're on our road to 100%, as we call it. So I think that is
we have a nice movie. We have a nice movie about that.
So that is a good introduction.
Maybe,
but I mean, do tell about the royal.
First, in 4 years ago, this small Swedish furniture company came to us, and they said, "We want to be circular. You are circular. Can you help us?" So we teamed up with IKEA to make a cover for their couch, their famous clip-on couch. And in the end, it took us 3 years to get through all their audits. I'm amazed honestly by what IKEA does and how seriously they are about the people that work for them and everything. The couch was an instant success. It's their bestseller. And the good thing for us was that we finally could go to our supplier of the cloth to say we need 100,000 yard. And then everything changes, because then the price gets lower, the quality goes better, the delivery times, everything is better. So we need volume in this business to get to this point where you start making...
and maybe something else, maybe I can help you a little bit. How many jeans did you sold year to date?
Year to date, altogether?
Altogether.
I think around, I don't know, I heard 300,000-400,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That should be, to me, that sounds like a huge amount.
Yeah, that's true. And if you take back all those jeans and you see what kind of water you save and CO2 emission, that's true. Yeah. That's important. And then, of course, the big thing for me personally, but also for the whole team, was that in 2022, I think, we won the Koning Willem I plaquette, the King William I plaquette, which means that you are, for 2 years, the most sustainable company in Holland. And visited by the Queen and dinner with the Queen, and it couldn't be better. So she came here. We shredded her own jeans here next door. And we can say from now on that in every pair of mud jeans, there's 0.1% royal yarn in it. So it's a milestone.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. To me, this sums it all up. And let's move on with the next topic. And maybe that's for you, Yolanda.
Yes.
Like, you are the one who does all the dirty who does the dirty work, is it?
Wow.
But you probably have all these big brands, and you are let's say a slightly small brand yet. And how do you face these challenges as being a circular fashion brand in the industry with all these big companies, probably about greenwashing and everything? So how can you cope with that? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so I mean, that is a challenge. I joined a little over a year ago, and did my research and investigation. Talked to well, anybody who is involved as a stakeholder in the company, to really come up, with the plan. And the plan is actually really quite simple. I mean, sustainability-wise, everything at Mud Jeans is, like completely true. Everything is done in the right way, and there is absolutely no greenwashing. But we also need to make sure that at the end, the majority of consumers make a choice when they choose a denim, and they look at things like, fit, does it feel soft? How do I look in the product? So we really put the consumer in the center, and we refer to this consumer as the light green consumer. We've until now really touched base with the dark green consumer. Let me try and explain a little bit how we define these great people. And the dark green consumer is really into sustainability, and when they have a pair of jeans and it got repaired, 3 times, and it really cannot be repaired anymore, they will come and find the Mud Jeans because, quite frankly speaking, we are the most sustainable denim company out there. Traditionally, in a pair of jeans, you use about 7.5 hours of continuous showering of water. Yes, 7.5 hours of continuous showering. In a Mud Jeans, there's 25 minutes. So these dark green people, who are really concerned with the planet, they will find us. But if we really want to make impact, then we need to make sure that a much larger group of people get into a Mud Jeans. And this group of people we describe as the light green consumer. These are people who are, like many of us, first look, what's in it for me? I want to look good. I want to feel good. I want to have product that is soft. All of those things. And then they look at sustainability. Mm-hmm. And so that is really what we've put in the center. And we are addressing everything that we're doing, with that consumer. So that affects, the product, but it also affects how we are looking at communication going forward, how we want to create awareness going forward, how do we want to be a desirable brand, not only a sustainable brand, because often sustainability for a lot of people is still associated with something not so desirable. And we want to show, like great examples around us exist in other industries, that when you create a green product that is also desirable, that really can make an impact, not only to the people that are choosing us, but also to the entire industry. We want not only Mud Jeans to offer this, but we want the entire industry to move along with us, because as Bert said, there is a lot wrong with the fashion industry, and we believe we can make that impact.
Yeah. And if you look like the industry, how do the big players, how do they look at you?
We're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, you're a pain in the ass.
We show that everything is possible. Technically, everything can be done, but you have to pay for it. You can pay people the right way. You can use non-toxic indigo. You can use ozone to do the bleaching. There's many technical things that are possible today, and still inventions are going on. So the way dyeing, it used to be in 7-8 baths because before you could dye denim. Now they have created just a closed chamber with mist, with foam, I think, and that dyes the denim also. So there are great possibilities to do everything better, but you have to pay a little bit for it. And that's
but does it also contains that a Mud Jean is extremely higher price than a normal jeans?
Or should be normally.
Or is it a deception?
Yeah, well, the buying price for us is 3 or 4 times what our competitors pay, and we cannot ask 4 or 5 times what our competitors.
No, but if I look at the Mud Jeans in the store, how does it compare to the other brands?
Yeah, so I mean, our positioning is to be the sustainable premium denim brand. So if you compare us to other premium denim brands, our pricing is right on there, right? Because we cannot, like Bert says, just translate that buying price, to the consumer and at once start asking for that. So no, we look at that very, very carefully. But that's really also why we want everybody's help in funding, so that we can create that awareness, get more people in a Mud Jeans, which will also help on the manufacturing side. That with that efficiency that you then create, our buying price can go a little bit down. It will never go down to where other people are, because we are making these denims in the right way, in the most sustainable way. But that will help, with the profitability, and therefore the ability to create that awareness further and to increase, the footprints that we are making in a positive way by getting more people in the Mud Jeans. Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe this is a good idea because we also have a nice movie about that. It's called The Road to 100.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a good idea that we start the video so that you all can have a look at.
So we started Mud Jeans with only one goal in mind: to create the first and only circular denim brand in the world. In my lifetime, I've seen the textile industry change to this fast fashion monster, and I wanted to do something about it.
We noticed that a growing number of people wants to live a little bit more sustainably, and especially in these times.
So we decided to make jeans of organic cotton and pay the people well in the industry, but that's not good enough. We also want to have the raw material back to be able to recycle it.
Well, good jeans is wonderful, but we don't want to compromise on the look and feel and on the fit, of course, because everybody has a different body type.
Imagine you take this fabric, an old pair of jeans, and you shred it. And you shred it into a fiber. This fiber is then blended in with new cotton. But the more of the old fiber you have, the weaker it is.
Today we reach 40% old jeans that we reuse in our new jeans. That's called post-consumer denim.
Our circular production decisions actually have huge environmental benefits. Compared to industry standard, we save 93% water, 74% CO2, and 51% biodiversity impact.
So we have this dot on the horizon where we want to reach 100% recycled fibers in our jeans. We will have no more virgin materials, and on top of that, the quality can be guaranteed. So there's a lot to be gained still.
We're very proud to be one of the highest scoring benefit corporations in Europe, B Corps. And that implicates that we have to carefully pick the people we work with.
So we have the great privilege to be working with Saxion University. They are really the household name for textile innovation. So one of the biggest hurdles, but actually also the most exciting part of this project, is that we're combining both the mechanical technique of recycling with green chemistry. That's going to be the challenge.
Hi people, good to see you. I see you are still here. We are here with Bert van Son, the founder of Mud Jeans, and Jolanda Brink, the new CEO. New. You have been active for the last 12 months. We're going to talk about that a little later. For all people who joined us the last few minutes, no worries. This stream will be recorded and we will send this stream tomorrow. We will send this through email so that you can have a look back at your disposal, at your time, whenever you want. So that you don't, everything you missed today, you can see tomorrow. So having said that, we're moving further with the agenda, and we're coming to you, Jolanda.
Yeah.
We already announced you a couple of times in this meet and greet, but maybe you can introduce yourself maybe a little bit better, because
Yeah, sure.
Who are you Where did you came from? What is your background? And
Yeah.
then later we're going to talk about
Yeah.
what you all experienced over here the last 12
Okay.
months and what you're going to change and
Yeah.
how we are moving forward.
Okay, great. Thanks for that opportunity. Yeah, so I have pretty much always worked in the fashion industry, mainly with really big brands. Actually, like Bert, I also lived in Asia for fashion to do the buying there. By coincidence, we were both in Taiwan, not at the same time. And that changes you, that forms you. You see things there and you understand the impact that fashion has on the world. And it's, of course, something that is very important to all of us, how we look. But the negative impact that it has on the world is also really important. So since that experience, really within all the large companies, I was always part of some sustainable movement within those companies. But it's different, right? Because these companies, they have shareholders focused on finances only, and you're trying to then from within make some impact. And I will elaborate on that a little bit later. So in my career, what has always been really important is the consumer, that you really think about, what do people want, but also that you help them making right choices. Because if we can make a desirable product that is up to par with other premium denim brands, then why wouldn't you choose Mud Jeans when you would know that it has a lot less negative or a more positive effect on the earth? So yeah, I like I said, have worked for large companies, and about maybe 1.5 years ago, Bert and I started talking.
How did you two meet, Matt?
Well,
It's an interesting story.
Yeah, you wanna?
Yeah, no, you tell me.
Well, I think Mud Jeans and Bert, had decided that the company had, gotten itself up to a certain level and wanted to make a next step. And so there was actually an executive search, for the position.
Okay.
And that's how I, started talking. I kind of got late in the process, but still had the opportunity to talk to Bert.
It was an interesting process because we had a lot of
candidates,
about over 100, which was amazing, I think. And we scaled it down to 8. We talked seriously with 8 people. We also talked with our investors to have them also have a say in this. And the last 3, you spoke to the investors also.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting process to see. And I'm actually very glad that Yolanda chose to do it for us, because you can work anywhere, and you've been in big companies, and that you suddenly want to help this smaller company become big. You knew it was going to be a challenge. I think it's been more a challenge than you
so let's
expected.
deliberate on that. So Yolanda, 12 months ago you started here.
Yeah.
With what kind of expectations?
Well, really to make it 10 times bigger, because quite frankly, I really see that is the opportunity within our reach, relatively simple. Also for me, it is so exciting to work, at a company with a team of very, very motivated employees who really want to make a difference in this world, and that it is actually a company that has started from that purpose. The company that Bert and the team started 12 years ago. That is so different than when you need to try and change the company first from within. Of course, then it's apparel, so you can have all kinds of great ideas, but from idea to actually hitting the market, that is roughly 12 months in between. And
So we're getting there yet. Huh?
Yeah, well, so we're actually now indeed starting, to deliver some of the great things that we've done, together with the team. So we've really, worked hard, to ensure that for this light green consumer that I spoke about earlier, that our, fit is in line with that light green consumer, that our, branding is clear and visible, that actually the products really range from, all the different fits that you have in denim. So going from skinnies that we've all been wearing for the last 20 years, to the much wider models that we've all been enjoying for the last couple of years, that we have high rise, low rise, so that we have these products that people can really enjoy for a long time. We will never be fast fashion, because that is what we do not believe in, but that we create real premium denim that can be worn and enjoyed for a long time before they eventually come back to us to recycle again.
And when we look back, like for the last
Yeah.
12 months, what was your biggest success so far?
Well, I do think, working with the team on the products, I think it's really exciting, actually, because as a creative brand that we are, we get to work with lots of creative people. And so over the last period, you need to arrange photo shoots, you work with models, and it is so great, I think, a compliment to Mud Jeans and the entire team that has been working on this, that we actually hear from our models, for example, work, in the photo shoots, people want to keep the product, people, really see that this is, desirable and sustainable. So, this is really exciting. So I think that foremost is the most important. But like I said, our proposition is really that sustainable, premium brands, and that is more than products, right? It is about, how do we create awareness? How do we, talk about it so that when more people see us and hear about us, more people have a chance to actually find us.
Okay. And there's also something with the new logo.
Yeah, so like I said, we've really, made sure that the logo is a bit more, visible, because it is all about creating awareness in denim. You want to, make sure that people can recognize your brand, and so indeed it is really clear and strong, yes, and all made, with, sustainable materials, of course, yes. So really proud of that, and the team that has created that.
Okay, and then when there is a high,
there is a low.
There's another low. But what has been tougher than potentially expected when you started?
Yeah, maybe not even just tougher than expected. It's just a reality that things take time. So for me, it was relatively clear from the beginning what had to be done. But like I said, it takes 12 months before you actually, go from idea in apparel to hitting the market. So I think that has been tough. It is also about, our distribution. Am I allowed to talk about
we
that
already more or less. We are gently sliding into the next topic, but it's fine. We will move ahead. So
Well, so we really believe both in online distribution and in stores. Often people, when they buy a denim brand for the first time, they want to try it. So stores are extremely important for us. But, e-commerce is as well. So we just launched our new website, which is more friendly in how we how you can navigate into it. And so back to this sustainable premiumness, that's where you want to see that that as well. And we really strongly believe that those two channels actually complement each other, because when people see you, can find you in the stores, they will find you online as well. So but enjoying a bigger distribution in stores, for example, is something that proves to be it takes time.
Yes.
And we are working hard on that as well. But if you say, okay, is there something that you feel that could have changed faster? Yes, I would have hoped that we would have already convinced more stores to select us.
So that will take some more time.
Yeah, that takes a little bit, but we really do feel that with the current collection that we are now we're now launching the spring 25 collection to the stores from today onwards. Actually, we had a sales meeting today, and that will definitely make a difference there.
So let's say if we look a little bit further down the line. So Bert,
Yes.
when I ask Mud in 2028, how does the company look like?
You should ask her.
But
I have my dreams also.
What's your picture of Mud? How do
Today we work, the balance is around 50-50 between e-commerce and shops. And we have this side business with IKEA, but that's on the side. But we hope that that we can at least double or triple the number of shops that will buy our jeans and sell our jeans.
And talk about numbers, because 2 or 3.
1,000 shops in
So in
Europe.
2028 we have 1,000 shops throughout Europe selling
jeans.
jeans. Okay.
That's the first thing. And then, of course, the website, the e-commerce is very simple. It's about how many people go to your site.
Yes.
It's about what they order.
Yes.
And what's the conversion.
Yes.
And how full is the bucket.
Yeah.
It has to be commercial, right? So those 3 things you can work on. And that's one thing she talks
So
about.
how many unique visitors a day
Today,
do we
I
have
think
then in
we have
2028?
100,000 a month, if I'm correct.
Now.
Today, yes.
Yeah, and in 2028 that's
Should be
10 times more.
10 times more.
a million unique visitors a month.
A month, yes.
Okay.
And that's possible. I mean, we are with 370 million in Europe. If we concentrate on Europe, of course, you can go wild.
Yeah,
and
but
away
we'll
to
talk.
let's talk about Europe. I think it's more than possible to have this attention because.
Okay, cool. And you, Yolanda? 2028. How does the Mud in
Yes.
2028 Mud? How does it look like?
Yeah, well, so
Mud
we're 10 times bigger. I do really strongly believe that we need to make sure that we have more circular clothes. So if our competitors are not doing that, then we will definitely also tackle a T-shirt, for example. We will not be a full fashion company with everything, but we need to make sure that people have a choice to buy circular, and we will do that. For us, what is really important is that we show that circularity can be cool and desirable, and that we become a brand of choice for the people that we are targeting.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you, people. On my screen, I see some questions coming in. Some we will deal with now. Some we will gather them and we will treat them at the end of the session.
Yeah.
But maybe for now, we are also with Chris. I forgot to introduce him, but Chris is here from Technique. And Chris, could you show us the question from Boston Sky? And can you put it on the screen? And Boston is asking, why do you think there are no more dark green consumers out there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay, so that's a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
No, sorry if that's the impression I gave. No. So there are dark green consumers out there, but at the moment, and we see that in the numbers that you can. Like Google, or there are various people who've done research about that it's approximately 1/10 of the people that are light green. Yeah, so if we really want to make impact, then we need to ensure that we also include, the light green, not to stop or get rid of the dark green. No, dark green gives us credibility, because dark green knows that Mud Jeans is trustworthy, that everything that we do is true. It's just that, the light green consumer is with so many, more people, and it's a reality that denim is a volume business. So, for us to make an impact, to be meaningful also to our factories, it makes sense that we also address the light green consumer. But no, please, all your dark green ones out there, please, keep supporting us.
That's the core of our business.
But when we look at the production process, or nothing changes within the greenness of the production of the jeans, is it? So the only thing you say, we're not only targeting like dark green.
It has to do with the marketing. How can we reach those people, and how have we been reaching the core of our business now, which are the people that really like us, and they really wear the jeans. And even if they say it doesn't fit, that's fantastic. It's a pair of Mud Jeans, I'll keep it. That's fantastic. But we also need the people that are very critical, and that are, for instance, going to Albert Heijn and say, I still eat meat, but I want a triple star meat. Those are the people we also want to address and reach out to, and that's a different game in marketing, I think. Right? You can explain this better than I do.
But it's important, I think, to state that nothing changes in the production process. The product still remains
same,
like ultra dark green.
So from a production standpoint, well, you've all just seen the road to 100. That's our path. So we want to make sure that eventually all our cotton is harvested from Amsterdam, from Brussels, from Paris, from Berlin, wherever you all are, because you're going to all return old denim to us. So no new cotton, no virgin cotton needs to be used anymore. So our road to 100, that continues. But what we are working all on very hard is that premiumness of the product, that it is, desirable, that it has a great fit, that it is soft. And that, with a year of hard work with the team and the factories, that is what we have established now. And, with all the funding that you are helping us with, we're now going to ensure that we create the awareness so that together we can grow. And really, this is the time to join us. Today, we had a fantastic, besides the sales meeting, we also had a fantastic photo shoot. And I can tell you, we are going to be 10 times bigger, and this is an exciting time to join us, to join our community.
Yes, maybe that's a good step forwards towards the funding round, because you all did it on a shoestring, more or less, with limited budgets. That's why we launched an investment round, and maybe a good idea maybe is to explain why we chose for a share funding round or a community funding round. Bet, can you tell us something about that?
Well, we have had different rounds of investments the last years. So 4 years ago, Stichting Doen and PDNH, so North Holland, came on board as shareholders. But we wanted to reach out to our ambassadors, the people that wear our jeans, and that we have them on board as really fans of our brand.
Maybe to quickly understand that you're talking about Stichting Doen and PDNH, and we have potentially an international audience. That means that you attracted two impact funds who invested in throughout more than one time.
Two times already, yes. And they really support it because they want this to succeed.
Yeah.
They need a front runner. They are there to show that the fashion industry has to change. Nobody does it like we do. And that's why they fund us also. Okay. This funding is more. Well, maybe you explain.
No, go ahead.
No, there was the question was why you chose for crowdfunding instead
so
of
that's
maybe
because we want to be more in contact with the wearers of the jeans, with our fans.
Yes.
And this is the way to do it. I think really I hope that they feel connected with us and that they are We have already more than 500 people, which amazes me really. That
500 is almost an army.
it's an army, and imagine all those people talking about us, being proud of being a shareholder of our company.
They all belong to the company. Yeah.
Exactly, they're part of the company, and I hope they will ask us a lot of questions and be critical, and it also helps us to improve ourselves. I think all this power of mind.
Imagine. We're going to talk about numbers about the investment round later, but Yolanda, now we are in the middle of this funding round, and until now, the first round, we started with the first tranche of investments and has been really successfully. And we closed that within a couple of
weeks.
And then we opened the second round of investment because we have to say with more money, you can launch your product far more better than. So can you tell us maybe what with the funding, what kinds of things you already were capable of investing in and building the brand?
So with the first lot, so like I said, a couple of weeks ago we created a new website that is very easy to navigate, makes a lot more impact, and a website that can both storytell as well as sell. So that I think is really important. A lot of the investment will also go further into marketing, because we need to create that awareness. We need to make sure that people know us, and that is what we are able to do with this funding. So
what are some other plans you're going to do? Because I heard some news today. Yes. Maybe.
Okay, so we haven't really shared this with anybody yet, but obviously, as you're our inner crowd, our fans, our supporters, we are going to reveal something, and that is that we're going to have our first
flagship store in Amsterdam, a real one,
a real flagship store. So how exciting is that? A store where we can really offer the entire collection to our fans and to the shoppers, really tell our story, and make an incredible impact. So because obviously it's more than just showing the product, it's about really showing the entire brand when you have a flagship store. So in the center of Amsterdam,
with a repair
with a
part,
go ahead
with an explanation of how we recycle with the whole enchilada.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Very exciting.
So maybe when we are in this funding round, you guys did not close the second tranche yet, but maybe we also have somebody over here, is Rob Scholten. He's from Funding Masters, and he helped you guys with the funding, and maybe it's a good idea to get Rob aboard and introduce him.
I'll step in close to Yolanda.
So,
hello, good evening.
Rob,
yes,
tell me, you are from Funding Masters, and maybe you can tell a little bit from how you were able to guide Mud Jeans in the funding round and what their goals are and how things work, and potentially maybe people have some questions, but maybe, and then we also could have a look at where do we stand now.
Yeah, okay. I already heard Bert saying about 500 investors right now, so that's the good news, and they invested a lot. But when we go back to the start, what we've done with the Mud Jeans team is to set up a very good investment pitch. What's the story? What's your strategy? How can we reach more customers? How can we grow? Because the money we are getting in is growth capital, so to say. So we made this financial plan, we made this strategic plan, the investment pitch, and then we started the investment round itself. We started it, I think, about 1.5 months ago, and so far we're doing well.
More than well.
Great, we're doing great.
We're doing well
because initially the idea was to raise 500,000 euros.
Yeah, definitely.
And but there were Mud Jeans always said that if we have more capital at hand, we can move faster. So we opened a second tranche.
True. So, yes, I think the idea is that Mud Jeans needs about 1 million euros this year to grow, and that can be from the share funding round we are running right now, and also other investors can participate. So we're open to direct investments as well. So if people are watching and think I want to help them really well with a lot of money, then please contact us. It's more than welcome. And we're also talking to the investment funds to get more money in for the company, because the more money Mud Jeans has, the more impact they can make, the better they can grow, the more marketing they can do, and the better they can scale up the team. And as Yolanda told you half an hour ago, the team is very enthusiastic, very motivated, but it's still a limited team in numbers. So if you want to grow, you need to have more people around. And that's what the money will be used for, next to marketing and introducing the new brand, which you're very proud of.
Yeah.
The website is already mentioned, so that's where the money goes to.
Sure.
Improvements all over the place.
Okay, so but if people are watching and they did not invest, or they already invested and they would like to invest maybe a little bit more, how can they do that?
Okay, of course they can tell everybody in their environment about how proud they are to be shareholder of Mud Jeans, and maybe some good news is that we can help you with that, because we will set up a referral program. So we will help you in introducing the Mud Jeans case towards your environment. So you will hear from that in a short while.
Okay, but where can I invest?
Oh, where?
Yeah. How can I
Okay, yeah,
invest?
that's the
what I
simple
said.
question. You can, of course, go to iVestor, the platform which is used for the share funding round. Click on Mud Jeans, create an account, which is very easy to do. It's almost like buying a book at bol.com or Amazon or wherever. You open your account, you click on the investment button, and you can pay using bank transfer, or in the Netherlands with Ideal, which is very easy to use. So go to iVestor.com or go to mudjeans.com as well. It's new .com. It was .eu, I think. But go to .com and look for the investment opportunity and go there and invest.
At the top of the screen.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay, and when we look at the investment route percentage-wise, how many percent do we still have to go?
We're a little less than 10% to go for our summer target, and then if we
Less than 10%.
less than 10%. So
Okay,
and we have already 90% plus, which is invested right now, and we will run into the summer and try to get the target in, which we will.
So you will close this investment route before summer.
Before holiday season starts, and then I think we look at how things go, and we will. Start up our final tranche somewhere at the end of this year, probably.
Okay. Sounds like.
And I must say, this team is really amazing. We've doing a lot of projects over the last few years with Funding Masters, getting money in, but the enthusiasm of Yolanda and Bert is really great, and the rest of the team is very happy to work with us and share all the information. I'm talking to the finance guys a lot, of course, or girls, so to say, and they are also really open to step into this adventure, so to say, and grow even more. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, thank you, Rob.
Yeah,
for explaining all.
I will go, and Bert can step in the screen
because
again.
then potentially we go to the.
And he's even wearing Mud Jeans now. Can you imagine?
We're going to the part we have already been waiting for. That is the questions and answers.
Yeah.
And some of you were sending in some questions through email, and also also some questions here coming in. But I would say, Chris, shall we start with the last question that came in? That's a question from OKN M. And the question is, how do you think having 100% recycled jeans will impact your cost? Is that something that would drive costs lower or higher?
Good question. I'm not sure about that. There was maybe I can tell there was a moment, I think 2 years ago, when the virgin cotton price really went up crazy. It's a commodity, so there's a lot of fluctuation in that, and we were quite happy because we were 40% waste we're using, so we didn't have this great price difference. Today, to be honest, with what happens in the second way of recycling that we're doing, the chemical recycling, which sounds very chemical, but it's a closed loop system. So we mix the two possibilities. I'm not sure if it's going to change the price. Are you?
Yeah, I think again, like because we are pioneers, I think everything that we do is the first in the world, right? So, and that's I think always with technology that in the beginning things are more expensive, but like I said from the beginning, we're putting the consumer in the center, and we know what the market value of a premium denim is. So we will need to ensure that stays within a certain bandwidth. But yeah, like I said, because we are pioneers, it will always be in the beginning more expensive until volume is created and things can be done more efficient.
Okay. It's one of the great things when Jolanda came in with her contact with Lenzing. Lenzing is one of the biggest yarn makers in the world. Maybe we should tell the Renewcell story, because what happened is that Investinel, big companies invested in Renewcell. Renewcell is the one that's making the fiber of chemically recycled cotton, and they went bankrupt 2 months ago, and the only one really buying this yarn for them was us. In one end, it makes us very proud, but actually the big ones should buy this yarn also, and it doesn't happen. So it shows that really we are necessary to be there to show that you can make jeans out of this, that they can be beautiful, and that's why we are here. So that's
okay. That's maybe a nice step towards the next questions, and the question is from V. Meesters, Chris, and he or she says, I consider myself green/dark green. When do you expect to make profit? Because even the best companies need profits to survive.
Absolutely.
And in the end, that's the only way to make the real change.
Yeah.
So the question is, it's not like a question, it's more like a statement that more or less underwrites what you were just
That's of course one of the things that we've been through together with Rob to make these estimations and see what kind of volume you need to come to a positive EBITDA. You can tell more about this.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to look at your costs. You have to look at how much you invest on marketing, how much you invest here and there. And they've been, I think for weeks you've been in the numbers, right? From night and day.
Completely
berserk a moment.
But so it was great to do that with Rob. We expect that in about 2-3 years we will start to go into profit. Until then, we do need to make the investment in creating that awareness, and that is where we will use the funding money for. And then eventually you do see that more stores will be carrying us. The sell through, the amount of pieces that the stores will sell in a year will go up because of that premiumness, in the fit, in the desirability of the product. That will also help with our e-commerce. So at a certain point, you just start to, get to a point whereby your revenue outperform, the cost that you always need to have as a company.
Yeah. Sounds okay.
So 2-3 years.
We're going through some other questions, and maybe let's see. That's Willeke Eskes, and she's asking, can you also tell something about your cooperation with the brand Another Label? What are goals to reach with this cooperation?
Yeah. Okay. So Another Label, came to My Jeans about 2 years ago. So this was actually before I joined, and they do not produce denim themselves, but they wanted to do this in a sustainable way. And like we said, we want to be the front runners, not only for ourselves but for the industry. So we basically help them in creating it in a circular, sustainable way. And so taking two Dutch brands and creating a further positivity
But
into the market.
And one of the questions, what are the goals?
Well, the goal is one, for a company like that to also, offer circularity.
Yes.
And for ourselves, it is also, to ensure that we get a bigger footprint in the stores that we are in, in Europe.
Okay.
And have a wider reach.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to make circular denim. So that's why we work together.
Yeah, sounds like.
But also for the factory, so bigger volumes. It's all plus.
Okay. Then we're going to go back to the questions coming in through the chat. We also have some questions came in through email.
Yeah.
And Chris, can you list one of the first questions that came in through email?
Yes. I'll read it out to you. Could you please talk about your cooperation with IKEA? It's good to improve sustainability while gaining brand awareness, but IKEA to me is the opposite of a sustainable brand, and I'm not sure if this is really positive for Mud.
Okay. This was really my thing. I'm very proud of that cooperation. They came to us and asked us, we want to be circular. They signed an internal note saying we want to be circular in 2030. And you are circular, so can you help us? And that's, of course, I felt it as a big honor that such a great company comes to us. And I must say the whole path towards working together with them and the audits they did, iWay, they call it iWay within IKEA. I was impressed by the way IKEA does this. So they went first to the factory in Valencia, where the recycling is done. Then they went to Tunisia. And to give you an example, the lady is doing the audit there, or the pre-audit, went to the little cabinet with the medicine box and saying, the aspirins are overdated. I can't audit this company. So they go that far. And for us, it was a learning curve also. So we improved things in the factory. They were looking at us as a serious partner to become part. And the best thing was that, first of all, the volume. Of course, when you can order 100,000 yards, suddenly you become important for your makers and everything goes better. And secondly, the awareness in IKEA, we were able to put two of our old jeans behind the couch in the IKEA stores. And I can tell you, you don't want to know how many friends of mine took a picture in IKEA and said, Bert, I'm seeing your brand in IKEA. So the reach of what they have is unbelievable. And thirdly, it shows also that even in a company like IKEA, which is known for, let's say, fast fashion furniture, you could say, their clientele, our couch is a bestseller for them. And you have to know that IKEA doesn't sell the couch more expensive than €39, rubbish from China. And our couch will sell for 99, which is a little bit too low, but okay, we started at 99. And it is their bestseller in volume and in money. So it's great. They put PR behind it. They've ordered their end of year product also from us. It's really a good cooperation.
So yeah, on financial level, so in creating awareness, it's like it really contributes to the brand of Mud, so it helps over there. But maybe when you look at the industry, maybe not the fashion industry, but I think like the total industry, disruption always comes from smaller companies and not from the dinosaurs, from the big companies. So I think there's like a great role for Mud Jeans, that even maybe that being considered IKEA as not being the most sustainable company in the world, but that you could start helping these companies by little baby steps towards big,
circularity,
giant steps and getting there. Not everything has to be changed, let's say, overnight. It's a process of time, is it?
We're in a hurry.
Yeah, we are in a hurry, but
But it's also important for companies like IKEA to see for themselves that a circular product can be a bestseller.
Yeah.
I actually had the opportunity last week to speak with the, IKEA Foundation, and the room was packed. They were all interested in our relationship, and so back to the person who was asking the question. Yes, today, this IKEA is not 100% circular, but they have the ambition, and they need to start, one product at a time.
Yeah.
And in the cooperation with Mud Jeans, they now have a circular product that is also one of their best sellers. So
Yeah. Okay.
great.
Okay. Chris, next question.
Next question. You don't seem to have that many suppliers at the moment for procuring recycled fabrics. How are you planning to address this supplier concentration risk?
More
Do you think your suppliers can keep up with your ambitions?
Yeah, well, actually, on the fabric side, I would say that around the Mediterranean Sea, that is basically where all our production comes from the entire denim, from the entire jeans. But around the Mediterranean Sea, we really do work with, a couple of the best denim suppliers, out there. So they're all premium, sustainable denim suppliers. So on the fabric supply, we actually do have, more than a handful of partners. On the garment side, we currently have, our one partner, and as we said, before, I think in the session, volume is key, and at the moment, within without any issue, we can grow 10 times with all these suppliers that we're with.
Okay.
And so capacity is not an
And
issue.
you've worked in one of the huge suppliers of denim 3 years lately, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Chris, I think we have some more questions.
Yes, another question. Do you think you could have raised more money from VCs or other funds? Can you elaborate on the reasons for going for crowdfunding?
We already touched that today,
Yeah.
but maybe let's
maybe
short answer.
Yolanda can tell more about
Yeah,
it.
so well, as we said, so we are with two incredibly important and loyal impact investors. So Mud Jeans has been supported by them for a long time. So as we are now in the phase of growing the company further, we felt it was really important to do that through crowdfunding, before we eventually, might be going to other partners. It's important for us that we do this, with the crowd, with our fans, the people that are wearing us. But it's also really important that we're able to stay true to the purpose, that Bear has created for the company.
Yeah.
So, purpose investors, yes, but we need to make sure that we keep that identity, with any investors that are coming to us. And we felt that doing that right now through share funding was the right way for us to do that.
Yeah, but also you create a team of ambassadors throughout Europe.
Yeah.
And these people are not only investors, that's all. They belong to the inner circle. Literally, they belong all a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
And so you're going to communicate with them. You're going to invest them, and so that
they will be wearing us.
Yes, and they would be wearing this, of course, and also telling the neighbors, telling their friends.
Beautiful bag. That's all.
Yeah.
Really.
So okay. Besides that, I understood from you, Bet, that if this financial round has been closed, it's not that you're not searching for other investments in the near future or in the future, and it's not that you skip a VC or something.
No.
But for now, it's important to get the company, go to transition you are going through, and from there to work on the brand, the sales, on the commercial side, on the fitting, on the distribution. And once everything is in place, then there potentially is also space for a VC or a larger investor.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question that was sent in via email. Do you think your projections for the future are more on the conservative side or more realistic?
Well, so they're definitely ambitious, no doubt about that. But honestly, I do think that they're really reachable. But it requires investment, and that's of course where all of you can help us. In this round, and future rounds that we will be doing, because all the plans that we have, the awareness that we want to create, it requires capital, and so we've made an absolutely fantastic start, and we can't thank those of you who participated in that enough. And the more we raise, the bigger impacts we can all make together, and the more realistic these numbers that we have projected are becoming.
Okay, cool.
And then there are a few more questions that came in through the chat.
Yeah, okay. I saw a question from Boston Sky
Yes.
again. Yeah. Do you expect competitors in the circular denim field? I think have seen some brands offering denim with recycled post-consumer denim.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope more people will start doing this, but I think they all realize it's very difficult, and there's a lot of there's a lot of different things being said at the moment. For instance, polyester. We don't want to use a lot of polyester in our jeans because it's after that difficult to recycle, and I think altogether polyester in clothing is not a very good idea. But that's a side step. So we have to be very clear that we are doing post-consumer waste, not pre-consumer waste, not polyester, and that we are going all the way, and that we can show that the jeans that we are using are used in our jeans again.
Yeah.
But I hope we will have a lot of competitors, because that's what we want in the end. That's why I created this company. And actually, I'm a little bit sad after 12 years that we are still like nearly the only one, that our whole collection, everything you see here, is with post-consumer waste.
Yeah, there's an old marketing saying, and it is when there is no competition, there is no market. But it's like everybody is the market, because
true.
Everybody.
All jeans brands are the market.
Yeah. So, but you always say here within the company, you have always like a funny phrase. What do you always say about the mud jeans? Every butt
deserves a mud.
Yeah. So so you could target like the whole world who's wearing jeans.
Absolutely.
And who doesn't have a jeans in his closet.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
There's 4.5 billion pairs of jeans sold every year.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could do a 0.0% of that, then we would be very happy.
Okay, I hopefully, Boston, this answers your question. Also, again, he or she, Fee Meesters, is stating, I think it's good you work together with IKEA, and like a giant like IKEA. We need these companies to make the transitions to a sustainable world.
Yeah, and to be honest, this whole story about IKEA, I've been there from the start, and to imagine that within IKEA to create a new item is like the holy grail. So to find somebody in this 100,000 person company that were able to take the decision to make this product with us, we really felt very proud to be able to do that. Yes.
I was going through the chat, Chris.
There's one question more from Yvonne Penadillo.
Yvonne.
You know her?
Hey, great to have you there.
Hello, what are the next steps for the 100% post-consumer denim jeans? Is there a collection coming soon?
Yeah, well, very good question, Yvonne. So we hope to really launch the first denim, the first jeans in 100% in 2025, 2026. And then eventually, a larger part of the collection will be that. In the beginning, it will probably be, one female, one male fits, and then eventually we will get into that higher. But like I said, all the learnings from the Road to 100 has also brought to the much higher percentage of post-consumer recycled that we have today, which is
52, right?
Yeah, well, 57 next season. Yeah. So eventually our entire collection will be 100% post-consumer recycled, but the first pant we will hopefully have commercial in 2025, 2026.
Okay.
And there was one more very specific question that came in through email.
Okay. Silence.
I have to look it up. Kees wants to know, are you going to make any block chino jeans with pockets that you can really fit your entire hands into?
I can answer that because we had this block chino in our collection last year. Nobody bought it. We only have the sample, so if he by chance has the right size, he can have the sample then. But
Okay.
I
But it's not
communicate
something
with
is
him.
going to address.
No, but
with-
so next, so for spring summer 25, we have actually a fantastic male and a fantastic female chino where you can, put your hands in. We shot it today in the photo shoot. They look absolutely amazing, and please do check us out. Spring summer 25. So from January, February onwards, that should be available.
Jolanda came back today to the office with a smile, ear to ear,
Yeah.
because this photo shoot was really what you were looking
Yes,
for.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So
Good energy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think somehow that all sums it up.
I think so
And,
too.
Thank you, Beth. Being
Thank
so
you,
open.
Patrick.
Yolanda,
Thank you.
thank you for sharing your ideas
Yeah.
for the next future. Thank you all for
Chris,
participating.
thank you, Rob. Thank Chris.
For your questions,
Great
for
team.
everything. Maybe let's end that we will capture this stream, and that if you miss something, no worries, we will distribute the stream again so that you can share it with your family, with your friends, with everybody you would like to. And for here, from the headquarters
Yes.
in near Amsterdam, I would say have a lovely evening. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Every month.
Deserves a butt. Hey, welkom bij Mudjeans, het eerste en enige circulaire jeansmerk ter wereld. Maar je kent ons vast al van.
Mudjeans is gebouwd op 3 pijlers. No waste. Om de verspillingsindustrie tegen te gaan, recyclen we je oude mudspijkerbroek en zorgen we dat je meteen een nieuwe ontvangt. Goede en eerlijke materialen. De spijkerbroeken worden gemaakt met de beste materialen en natuurlijk met de eerlijke grondstoffen, zodat iedereen er beter van wordt. En werken we met de beste partners uit de keten. Pasvorm en fit. Natuurlijk staat duurzaamheid bij ons voorop, maar we weten dat de perfecte pasvorm belangrijk is. En daar is veel zorg aan besteed. Want zeg nou zelf, niets is mooier dan een goede kont in een goede jeans.
Bij Mudjeans hebben we de afgelopen jaren keihard gewerkt en zijn we het duurzame alternatief geworden in jeansland. Maar als we echt impact willen maken, moeten we groter denken en een groter marktaandeel veroveren. Hiervoor was het nodig om een verbeterde versie van onszelf te ontwikkelen en dat hebben we de afgelopen 12 maanden gedaan. We hebben een nieuwe CEO aangenomen. We hebben flink geïnvesteerd in nieuwe modellen en we hebben veel meer mooie nieuwe stoffen ontwikkeld. We hebben geïnvesteerd in een nieuwe branding en in april gaan we onze nieuwe website lanceren.
In 2030 bestaan onze jeans voor 100% uit hergebruikte grondstoffen. Dus beter voor de planeet. En dat is een hele stevige ambitie, waarbij we nog veel technische uitdagingen te overwinnen hebben. Maar het goede nieuws is, we zitten al ruim boven de 40% en maken elke dag weer nieuwe stappen.
We willen dat veel meer mensen een mudjeans gaan dragen, want dan pas maken we het verschil. In 2030 verkopen we 10 keer meer spijkerbroeken dan we over nu doen. Dat doen we door 1000 verkooppunten te hebben in Europa en natuurlijk onze eigen webshop. Bij Mudjeans doen we altijd alles net even anders. Daarom starten we deze investeringsronde samen met jou. Met de fans, met de mensen die dezelfde passie hebben voor jeans en onze klanten. Jij kan nu mede-eigenaar worden van het gaafste jeansmerk ter wereld. Investeren kan al vanaf €250. Doe je mee? Want zeg nou zelf, every butt deserves a mud.